Jeffrey Epstein's Puerto Rico connection is a dark web of high-level financial institutions, intelligence connections, allegations, and local tragedies. Here is a reiteration of reported facts. Jeffrey Epstein is more than a disgraced financier. He was often affiliated with Israeli Mossad and CIA agents. All those allegations have been, to date, denied. There is the history of Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, a known Mossad agent, which may explain Epstein's untouchable status. Then there's the LSJ pipeline, Little St. James, his island in the Virgin Islands. Flight logs show hundreds of trips to Puerto Rico over 2 decades. His fleet included the Lolita Express, a Boeing 727, and Hyperion Air helicopters. Many women were transferred, reported under the guise of massage therapists for his wellness retreats or hospitality training. Construction crews were sourced out of Puerto Rico to his island and were furloughed to ensure they didn't witness the guests being brought in. During the 2019 raid on Epstein's Manhattan mansion, the FBI recovered a vast trove of evidence. A specific disc labeled LSJ Puerto Rico was discovered. Will the investigation reveal photos, videos of victims recruited specifically from the Puerto Rico mainland? Let's talk about the massive internal misconduct at Doral Bank. An internal audit by Maurice Spagnoletti was underway in San Juan. Maurice Spagnoletti was murdered on June 15, 2011, while driving on the Expreso Las Americanas in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The audit uncovered millions of dollars in fake loans and fraudulent contracts. Spagnoletti canceled a janitorial contract, which was a cover for drug money laundering. While a direct link to Epstein remains the subject of intense investigation, whistleblowers have alleged that the same culture of fake loans and money laundering that Spagnoletti was uncovering may have intersected with the offshore vehicles used by Epstein, namely Southern Trust Company and Cyprus Incorporated. It should be reported here that 2 men were convicted of Spagnoletti's murder. Years later, each were sentenced to life in prison, and each had an extensive history of drug and violent crime convictions. The convicted men worked as security and maintenance at the bank. 2 VPs were sentenced to jail time for fraud, and the former CEO of Doral Bank faced several civil legal lawsuits. Rumors and legal filings indicate Doral Bank maintained 2 sets of books, one that was for federal regulators, while the others tracked the offshore record movement of funds for money laundering. Doral Bank was later bought by Banco Popular. Epstein did have an account at Banco Popular. More shocking is the case of Nikolai Mushegian and the tragic death of this crypto pioneer in October 2022. Hours before his death, Mushegian tweeted a disturbing message. CIA and Mossad elite PDF file are running a PDF file blackmail trafficking ring out of Puerto Rico and other Caribbean islands. He goes on to state that he was being set up and he feared for his life. Nikolai Mushegian was found 4 hours later in the surf at Condado Beach in San Juan, Puerto Rico, fully clothed with his wallet, dead. His death was ruled an accidental drowning. Mainstream media reported that he was suffering from mental health issues and paranoia. This tweet was the last of many similar tweets before his death. March 2026, several critical updates have emerged regarding the Doral Bank investigation and the broader financial network mentioned in the Epstein files and the investigations. It is yet to be revealed if any of these banks, First Bank, Banco Popular, or Doral Bank, facilitated the movement of offshore funds between Epstein's Southern Trust Company or Cyprus Incorporated. With the Puerto Rico banking system, Epstein avoided taxes while exploiting the island's Act 60 tax loophole. Then there are these 2 internal emails from Deutsche Bank to First Bank in Puerto Rico. They are routine inquiries regarding wire transfers from Deutsche Bank to First Bank. However, the First Bank executive validates the legitimacy of the wire transfers, stating they are for Cyprus Incorporated, which are entities solely owned by Jeffrey Epstein, and the funds are needed to pay taxes on his properties, not property, properties. With the Epstein banking revelations, the 2022 death of Nikolai Mushegian on Condado Beach is being looked at through a new lens by independent investigators. His final warning about the PDF file elites ring running out of Puerto Rico is that a portent we must not ignore. With explosive speculation and accusations against world figures like Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Bill Gates, Prince Andrew, the files may be public, but the truth is still just out of our reach. I'm Mississippi Cindy. This is Puerto Rico English News. Stay with us.